Okay. One of the most useless stuff I did in the whole IB. Now, there is a reason for that. It's not a bad reason. It's not a good reason. It's an unnecessary one because this whole thing is unnecessary. So if you're doing IB curriculum, you know that there are 3 bonus points, and out of which 1.5 is your TOK. Now, TOK is 1.5, and that 1.5 is divided into 2 sections. You have TOK exhibition and you have TOK essay. TOK exhibition is 33% of the 1.5 grade, and the essay is 66% of the 1.2 grade. Now, exhibition, I'm just going to tell you how my school did it. We have 2 years of IB, which is grade 11 and grade 12, which meant that our second semester of the first year, so 11th grade, that was from January end till I think it was June. So those, like, from January to June, those 5 months, we had to do an exhibition, which consisted of you getting a prompt and you need to connect the prompt to an artifact. So one of the common one was like, how can you connect cultures to the society? For that, one of the students said like the Starbucks coffee had made some design on the cup for Christmas theme, and that connects to society. For me, I'm a Hindu. I would say like, oh, my one of my gods sculpture or artifact thing is connected to the society because it brings people together, something like that. That's one of the prompts. And artifact could be a cup, like it can, the artifact for the prompt can be anything. It's just, you need to close your eyes, whatever comes in your mind, you have to choose it. That's basically what TOK artifacts are. It can be anything: a music you heard, a book you read, something you heard in a podcast, I don't know, water bottle, phone, any object. You must be able to connect it to the prompt on why you think that it connects. And if you can't, or if the teacher can't understand what you're saying, they won't give you the point. So make personal connections on that. On top of that, you first obviously have to exhibit your 3 artifacts and be like, oh, this is how each of them connect. The second thing is, which goes with it hand to hand, is you need to write 1,000 word essay, which means that 300 words per artifact. So that is 900 words. Then you have 50 words in introduction and 50 words in the conclusion. So that's your 1,000 words. You can obviously go over the limit by, I don't know, 50 or 100. If you go over that, the teacher will be like, you need to cut down some words. Obviously, the IB coordinators won't check the word count, but it's better if you're under the limit than over the limit. So you need to use your words effectively. Then we have TOK essay, which was done from August, I believe, till December, which was completely 6 months. And in this time, we divided the class into 2 sections. So my teacher, what he did was he took the last years, or we have 2 years, right? We have May and we have November. So he gave us the prompts from May 2021, and he told us to write the essay on it. That was a practice essay. And so when we got our actual prompts, we had to write one more essay. So we wrote around, I don't know, 3,200 words for no reason. But we did it, right? We did it. So when you're writing the 1,600 words essay, you have obviously 200 words per conclusion. So that's 400 gone. You're left with 800. And in that 800, you need to write 2 arguments and 2 counter arguments. So it can be any way. So you can write an argument, then write a counter argument. That's your 1 paragraph. Then you write a counter argument, and then you write an argument. That's your 2nd paragraph. Or you can do argument, and that's your 1 paragraph. 2nd paragraph is counter argument, counter argument. That's how you do it. I did it the most weirdest way. I had to compare 2 AOKs. I'll tell you what an AOK is in a second. And I did a claim, then I did a counterclaim. That was one of my AOK, and the second one was the same thing. One AOK, in which I have the claim and the counterclaim. That's how I framed my essay. Now I will share with you what are some of the TOK basics, which the teacher will tell you, but if you know it beforehand, it will give you an advantage so that you can ask more questions and get more of your things cleared out. So I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen. Sure. So over here, you can see TOK basics, the terms and concepts to know. You have knowledge framework, you have scope, perspective, method, tools, and ethical applications of AOKs. If you're writing the exhibition, you need to answer all of them. And so the next is TOK, and it says options, but it's better, no, not TOK, AOK, sorry. And these are like area of knowledge. So over here we have history, arts, NS means natural sciences, HS means human sciences, and mathematics. Then you have TOK concepts such as, you know what, I'll open the TOK concepts for you guys. This is an IB website. We have TOK concepts such as evidence, certainty, truth, interpretation, power, justification, explanation, objective, perspective, culture, values, and responsibility. These are your, how much is it? 12. Yeah, you have your 12 concepts. And, whoa, what? And then you have your knowledge questions, or shifts from specific course questions. So knowledge questions are basically when you write your essay. In the past, what happened was you form one more question in your own essay. So like, let's say you have paragraph 1, right? And I said that I had one AOK, and then I wrote a claim and then a counterclaim, right? So for a knowledge question, what I would do is in the introduction, I would say, okay, this is the question and my claim is this, based, and the counterclaim or the other side or another perspective is this. So that's your counterclaim. So the knowledge question is basically helping you to answer the question and writing your claims and counterclaims based on that. Anything important in this? Now, this is all you need to know. Okay, so one more thing you need to know is, let's open the slides. You have your practice essays. You will have common errors. So when you complete your practice essays, right, teacher will give you the common errors what everybody made in their essays. So it's better that you know this beforehand. Clarity on thesis, claims, counterclaims, and final conclusion must be crystal clear and focused on the PPT. That's one of the mistakes which most of us did. We didn't make it clear. Second was examples are not relevant to the PT. PT is the prompt. It's the question which you're answering, the main question given to the students from the IB. Your examples need to be really connected. And by really connected means like you answer them, you use an example which has both personal connection and it can answer the question. If you don't do that, that basically means your example is not relevant. Eighth point is no explanation of why you believe something to be so. This basically means that when you make a claim, you need to justify why you're saying this. So the more you justify, the more you can get more points, right? Because you're 1,600 words, you have to be more like clear. You need to give better justification of why you think something is happening than like just stating it. Then you have seventh, discounting the complexity and foundation of an AOK. AOK is area of knowledge. You have those 6 weird terms and you have to connect them. And if you don't connect them properly, you're not getting the point basically. 6, open-ended thesis. Thesis should take a side so you can argue it. Every claim you make will have a thesis, and thesis will be both as a claim, like you support it and you're against it. So counterclaim is basically you're against your thesis. So when you provide a thesis, make it one-sided. So it's easier when you're writing your claim. You can be like, oh, this is why I believe the thesis is right. In the counterclaim, you can say like, oh, because of, let's say, a different person's perspective or interpretation of the certain knowledge, I think that this thesis is wrong. That's your counterclaim, basically. So when it says open-ended thesis, it should not be an open-ended thesis. Wait, it should be an open-ended thesis so that you can give a better claim and counterclaim. 5, no application of ethics in the essay. What my teacher did was he forced everybody to write ethics. It's not necessary to write ethics, but he said it's better if we do. So if your teacher's like mine, it's better if you do. And unless if you don't, he'll just basically cut your point. So that's not a good thing. Then you have 5.1. Examples are too general. Again, if your examples are too general, by that he means that somebody has already used this example for the same purpose as you are. That's why it's too general. So it's better if you use an example which is more recent and which is more unique. So for instance, the war which is happening over here can be a really good example because nobody's using it, right? Fourth is no effective or no use of TOK concepts. TOK concepts are very, very important. So those 12 ones, you need to use at least 2 of them in your essay and exhibition. It's better if you mix everything together, the essay and exhibition, like the ideas, not the whole essays, the ideas, so that your teacher knows like, oh, this student is really good and he understands why TOK is important. 3, some skipped the framework completely. Framework is basically introduction, then you have your body paragraph, second body paragraph, conclusion. Some people didn't do it. I don't know how. And also the framework, according to my teacher, was the scope, methods, tool, and perspective. It's not necessary that you use all 4 of them. Scope basically means like the range of the idea. Method is like how they're applying it. Tools, what they're applying to, what tools are they using to apply the method they stated, and the perspective. Do you agree with them or you disagree with them? That can be your claim and your counterclaim. Second is, where are you in this essay? Personal connections. Basically, you need to make a lot of personal connections. You don't have to say your name like, oh, I'm from, I don't know, Rajput family, and that's why my history is rich. You don't have to say that, but you have to say like something which has happened to you. How's, like, let's say the war situation. I can't eat McDonald's because of it. That's my personal connection. First, too much word count dedicated to examples. When you're stating the examples, keep it 2 lines, not more than that. If you're making it more like 5 lines, that basically like your explanation section is, you won't have space to explain it. So keep your examples short, 1 or 2 lines maximum. So these were the common mistakes which our teacher gave us for the essay. Now, obviously, keep in mind that you can't focus on one completely. You can't put all of your focus on the essay. You can't put all of your uh, thinking to the exhibition. So you need to divide, and that's what the TOK is testing you on, that you can divide your knowledge on 2 different things under one umbrella. So TOK is going to be a circus. I wanted you guys to know this because TOK it was not hard for me in the first semester, but in the second year when we did a practice essay, I was not interested, and that did affect my final essay. I don't want you guys to do the same thing. So it's better. I really hope that you take the TOK classes seriously from day one. If you don't, you'll be lacking behind basically. So yeah, that's the TOK video. Good luck, guys. And I will give you some of the resources and comment. Cheers.